bring in Jenny Horne, markets correspondent and co-host of Next Gen. So I know I took us through some of the headline numbers, but I did not take us through, kind of what is denting and what some of the other numbers are that investors are paying attention to. So why don't you dive into some of the details, Jenny, from their earnings?
So it's an interesting day, and because I will say that Qualcomm alongside ARM both reported pretty strong results. I mean, we saw with Qualcomm, their first quarter results were above expectations. They did issue strong guidance now for the current period. And so they do say they now expect revenue to fall between around 10.2 and 11 billion, which at the midpoint would mark, a pretty sizable year-over-year increase. They did also say net income improved this quarter by 15% to around $2.83 a share, or from $2.46 a share a year ago. On an adjusted basis, though, we also did see earnings pretty easily top as far as versus expectations. So all three of their major end markets for chips did grow during the quarter. Their QCT division, which includes its physical chips sales, rose 20% from around 10 billion. Now, mobile handsets, as we know, is hugely important for Qualcomm. That also rose about 13%, and their fastest growing market, which is their automotive business, grew 61% to 961 million. So right now, Qualcomm did highlight big demand from these Chinese customers for expensive, these premium tier smartphones. Their CEO did say they've also benefited from the Samsung Galaxy's latest device, which uses their processors exclusively. They do expect handset revenues to grow about 10% now in 2025. However, they did highlight the fact that they believe the release of right now the DeepSeek R1 AI model is actually a good thing for Qualcomm, because the chips can run on their efficient model locally instead of on the cloud. So again, all of these things are positive. Now, I know that this is such a major customer in relationship to Apple, and right now I will say that looking at the initial results, this wouldn't necessarily, I don't say, really show any weakness with Apple. Like, I know sometimes people try to find the correlation between the two. Meta is also a major customer, though. They're used to power their Ray-Ban now Meta sunglasses, which I know is just a niche part of the business, but more and more of these major partnerships and deals and sort of unity between these tech names, and I see as perceived positive for Qualcomm here.
Yeah, but I do wonder if some of that also is worries about its China exposure and, even the end of that licensing deal with Huawei. But it'll certainly be one to watch in terms of the market reaction today. It seems like there's some concern a little bit about their guidance. Jenny Horne, thanks a ton for the breakdown on Qualcomm earnings stock right now